Welcome to Arvin and Megan Create. Today, and Jasper. Jasper is here in the garden with us today, and we're going to be showing you how to prune your indeterminate tomato plants and then how to up-pot them into these little pots, the little suckers. So we're going to go do that in a second, but first, what are we going to do? We're going to harvest the first strawberry of the season. Okay, he's gonna do it anyway.
It's funny, he just pointed.
Yeah, you wanna pull it off? Oh, should we split it? Okay. Yeah, I'll take the top off. Alright, come see it. Everyone?
It's focus on your face.
Get it out of my face.
It looks good.
Looks pretty good. Okay.
Oh, is he picking another one?
Jasper?
No, some of them look a little ready. Some of them
Yeah?
look ready.
You want to pick another one? Okay.
This one looks ready, and this one?
Maybe just pick one for now. Okay, Jasper's gonna eat that one. Here's one for Arvin. And we will try these. Seriously, the first strawberries of the season are always so good. How is it?
And that's the big pile.
Oh, you're almost done. You got your strawberry? Okay, we're gonna go into the front and we'll show you our tomato plants. Okay, we're in the front yard. We're gonna head in here.
And that's me, right here. This is Chipper. Behind the gate.
Okay, we've got our tomato
this is
plants
Pepper.
here. Arvin, come closer. One of the things that I want to mention before we start is that you want to start with clean scissors. Now, you don't want to go and like prune other things in your garden and then go and prune your tomatoes because it could transfer disease really easily. Tomatoes, they are prone to a lot of different diseases, and you can look up the different diseases that they are prone to, but it's a lot. They have a lot of things, so we have to be careful to make sure that our scissors are always washed. And over here, these are our indeterminate Roma tomatoes. We're gonna start out with pruning some of the leaves that are kind of dying back here. So if Arvin comes closer here, he can show you that this one is not looking good right now, and it's got some sort of disease, and you want to prune these off as soon as you know it.
Can I do it?
Do you want to prune it? So we're going to take this one off. Jasper's going to do it. There we go. And so now the tomato plant won't get whatever this disease is. And you look at these ones are kind of not looking great, so we're going to prune off the end of this. And we're just going to put these all in a pile. And a lot of the lower stems you want to trim off that are touching the ground, because a lot of the time disease splashes up from the ground, and that's why these end up getting like really gross. Okay, where is it? It looks like we've got another one over here. So these were just touching the ground, and that's why they don't look great, but we'll get some better growth on the top. Oh. Yeah, this one's looking a little sad. It's not touching the... There. We'll focus on this one now. So he's looking pretty healthy other than a few of these guys there. You can prune tomatoes quite a bit without them dying. And now I'm going to show you what the suckers look like, and that's what we're going to propagate from the plant. Right up here, this is a flowering branch, so it's coming right off the main stem here. And you've got flowers, and this is where you're going to get fruit. Now, what happens is in between, which I actually just cut off one of the leaves, so in between the leaves, you're going to get these things called suckers. And so we actually want to prune these off. I like to wait until they get a little bit bigger so we can actually transplant them and propagate them. So over here, we just trimmed off one of the leaves that was down here, and this one's big enough that we could propagate now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off this sucker, and then you want to trim off some of the bottom leaves. And what we're gonna do is when we get back to the greenhouse, we're gonna get some potting soil and put this in potting soil. And it might be hard to see on the camera, but there's a lot of little fuzzy things. Yeah, so there's a lot of little fuzzy things there. Arvin's trying to focus.
Yeah,
But we've got lots of little fuzzy things, and those will actually turn into a root system. So we're gonna start out with this. Jasper, do you wanna hold some of the suckers that we're gonna plant? And then we can show them how easy it is to plant it in the backyard. Jasper. Okay, you hold that one. So we're gonna finish cutting off the rest of these little suckers here, and then we're gonna bring them into the backyard and show you how we pot them and propagate them. These are the ones that we ended up getting from the front, so I'll show you down here how we plant them. So I filled up these with a little bit of potting soil, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick my finger in the middle. You want to make sure the potting soil is very wet because you don't want to water it afterwards, because tomatoes do not like their leaves wet, which is why they get a lot of disease if they are watered. You always want to bottom water tomatoes. So yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the tomato, we're going to put it in here, and we're just going to bury this bottom section that I cut the leaves off. So what I've just done with all of them is I've cut the bottom few leaves, and what we're gonna do is like plant around to there. And these should all take it in about a week-ish time. And if in a few days these are looking limp and not happy and they look like they're dying, they're probably not gonna take. And that happens. Some of them aren't gonna take and they're not gonna root. And that's just kind of how it is. It's kind of the lottery with tomato starts and if they're gonna take or not. So these ones have been here for a few days now, so they've all taken, and they will start to show roots probably in the next week. We'll see some more roots at the bottom, and then these will turn into big tomato plants just like the ones out front. And what we're gonna do is we actually kind of killed a bunch at the start of the season. They didn't do very well transferring from inside to outside, so we did kill a bunch, but the few that survived is what we're propagating off of, and hopefully we'll still get some like really good tomatoes even though we had to propagate some of them. And then any extras that we don't need, we are going to sell on our website. So you'll see these up on our website soon if you're local to Victoria and need some indeterminate tomatoes. These ones are really good. They're Romas, and they're like a little cherry Roma variety. So they're really neat, and they produce all season. We hope you liked today's video, and if it was helpful, let us know down below what type of tomatoes you're growing in your garden, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
And I love farming. Bye.